Welcome back to another video. Today I'm explaining or talking about Irene Belisarian, or the mother of Urza. Urza's last name is Scarlet. Yeah. Anyway, Irene is known as the strongest woman of the Spriggan 12 and the protection guard of Emperor Spriggan, of course. She is regarded as the Scarlet Despair, and she is the mother, of course, to Urza and the creative Dragon Slayer magic before her Dragon Slayer magic. And before her physical death, Irene enchanted her personality onto Wendy Marvell without the latter knowing, in order to find a new vessel to host within. Kinda explains that. Irene's tall. She, of course, mimics very much so. She looks exactly like Urza in every which way except for her demeanor. And, of course, personality, which in turn she is more deadly. She's more killing. And unlike Urza, who is more playful a little bit, Irene will kill you. Anyway, Irene, of course, has been alive for a long time, 400 years, of course, by means of Zeref's magic. She is also known as the Queen of Dragons, as living for 400 years ago, having married Rung, becoming pregnant. Yeah. Sometime later, with the war underway, Irene demonstrated her ability to use magical enhancements in front of her crowd subjects, instilling them with the hope that she could empower the dragons. After fighting, of course, Belisarian, unshakable resolve, entered the war as to whether Battle could enchant his magic onto her and turn her into a person with a power to slay a dragon, becoming the first dragon slayer. Of course, the first time we see of her is the Alvarez arc, as much as it's my fault, as the others Dragon 12 are also introduced in that arc. Of course, she has to fight Acnologia's own Dragon Slayer magic, and Acnologia at that point is too much for her to handle. Yeah. Irene, of course, she eventually dies to Acnologia in a great width of art. Oh no. She just goes into sleeping until she finds a new body, only interfering in times of need, and asks Wendy not to tell Urza before going to sleep. And she, of course, helps Wendy use the separation enchantment that she will use on the White Wizard to split her back into two people, so she can return eventually, hopefully. She was nice, I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, of course, her ability, she uses enchant magic to enchant landscapes, climates, and the terra firma of the world, as well as manipulate the atmosphere, objects, and people, even able to turn inanimate objects into fully functioning people or humans into animals. Of course, her basic enchantments that we see that she does against the Fairy Tale Guild and Acnologia is Berserker, Disappear, Concept Enchantment, and Wound Enchantment. Yeah. She, of course, uses High Enchantments, which is Separation Enchantment, which allows her to try to extract the Fairy Heart from Mavis, or just separate herself when she needs to do so after she finds a new body. She could also use Universe 1, which is Reconstruction Magic, also multi-body enchantment, yada. So her Dragon Slayer magic, originally, the first one, is Sage Dragon Slayer magic. So I guess you could call her the first generation. Was the one who created it for use in the Dragon King Festival. In her original body, it appears that Irene can only access her Dragon Slayer magic and her dragon form, with the most notable benefit is that it allows her to magnify the power of her enchantments. Ooh. Her 400 years of experience in said magic allowed her to effortlessly and almost masterfully make use of Wendy's Sky Dragon Slayer magic the first time she tried using it. Anyway, she can use Sage Dragon's Roar, which spouts destructive blasts from her mouth. Pause. She's a girl. No pause. As her human form was given to her via an enchantment from Zeref, Irene can break the enchantment at her on a whim. So she's originally a human that uses the dragon form, much like Agnologia, to the benefit. So her and Agnologia may be on the same battlefield. It's just Agnologia, being able to negate most magic, is on a higher plane than her. So that's just unfortunate. But full power Irene should be able to give Agnologia a run to his money. Yeah. I mean, her former equipment, as we know, is her magic staff that we see consistently throughout the arcs, the black magic sword, the magical band, and white magic sword, and mucus magic. I'm not gonna explain that one. Other than that, she was a pretty cool character. Nice to know that she is still living and she can pop out during the 1,000-Year War arc if she needs be, but doesn't alter the fear of Urza finding out. But hopefully we see her again in rather a spinoff, and or she finds a body to be released to. Other than that, like, subscribe. I'll see you later.